Hey everyone, Soundwave8084 here, another Transformers Upgrade Accessory Kit review. In this review, I'm going to take a look at some 3D printed upgrades I got from a SilverBolt3D on Etsy.com. I will leave the link down in the description below where you can look to purchase these for yourself. And these are upgrade kits for your Siege, Rumble, and Frenzy, or Frenzy and Rumble. Now, you ever look at these figures and say, man, these are really boring? Yes, they are. They are very boring. They came with no accessories. There's no backpack guns like they usually have, and no pile drivers for them to interact with. And from SilverBolt3D over on Etsy, I now got some guns for these guys and some pile drivers for them as well. So we're going to open all this stuff up, apply it to the figures, and see if they look good or not, and see if it tickles your fancy so you can head on over there and get you a set yourself. Now, each set costs $10. That's $10, I believe it was, for guns for each character, guns and pile drivers. So it'd be $20 to get a complete set for both characters. You see what I'm saying? $10 gets you 2 guns, 2 pile drivers, and you can choose either red or blue. So I got red and blue pile drivers, and he put all the guns into one box here. So we're going to open these things up, and we'll just apply them to the figures and see if it really makes a big difference or not. Now, before I get any further, if you're watching this video, you're not a subscriber to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you're down there, down there, click the thumbs up button if you like this video in any way, shape, or form. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. Now, let's get to the accessory upgrades. And I'm going to start off with the blue one. Out of my own preference, I'm going to call it Rumble. So we'll just take Frenzy out of the picture. And we'll just take a look at the blue Frenzy, Rumble, Frenzy. Now, so the figure is like this. Now, we got these blue pile drivers. And the bottom part is the part with the little peg hole. And the reason that is there is for if you have any of these blast effects, the ones with the circle. Now, some of the characters come with these kind of ground pounds, but they have slots, and those will not work. You need the ones with this right here. And what that does is that will tab in at the bottom of your blast effect or peg in. So when he's pile driving, it's like, and you got a ground pound blast effect going on with it. Now I only have one of these blast effects, so I can only show that off here with that one. So what we're going to do first is we're going to match, or just show you off. First thing we're going to do is just show off how well this matches to this figure. The blue is a pretty close blue. It's not exact match, but it is pretty close. The blue in here is a little more shiny. This is, of course, a little more dull. Another thing that these pile drivers can do, they do have like pistons that can come out about this far, and they go back in. So that is an action feature that these do feature. Alright, to apply these to your figures, what you want to do is raise the arms up like this. You look inside this little square, you can see like a little indentation in there as for where these little peg hands are going to set or sit. And you're going to just push this in until you get the tab on. Now do the same on the other one. There you go. Now you have applied the pile drivers for the figure. Like I said, these can move. Ooh, that one came all the way out. Let's push it back in. These can move somewhat, so you can have them go up and down. And like I said, you can have the ground pound blast effect on there as well. So we'll go ahead and apply one of these to them, just so we can show one of these off. All right, there we go. We got that one in. There you go. He's pounding the ground for people to fall in his little earthquakes. Dig that up. I don't think it's supposed to come all the way out, but if it does, it's not like it's broken or anything. You just push it right back in. Now you also have weapons, the guns for each character. And they are probably the weaker thing that you're going to get here, because maybe a little more sanding down could have been applied, because they are kind of rough on the edges. Like I said, it is 3D printed, but they look fine, and from a distance, of course. So we'll see if they support blast effects. They look like they should, and they do. So they support blast effects, and you're trying to figure out, well, how can your character hold these right here at the tip, you see this little bitty peg hole. What that's going to do is you hold your figure up and you will peg that on here. So now he is holding his gun, and that way he can fire it. Now to apply these to the back, what you're going to do is lower this piece back here. Little black tab in the back of the character. And you can see on the back of the gun, there is this little tab and this indentation. So you want to line that up. Indentation will go into the gap now provided, and this will slide over the tab. Get your second gun. Just do the same thing. Now the guns are a little tricky to actually get them to stay in all the time because it's pretty much just friction held. It's not like it's locked in. But you can. I mean, they will hold pretty well if you get them in just right. And say I'm lifting the figure from just the guns, and it is holding just fine. Now I knocked that one out. Now there we go. So that is a look at your Rumble. And you can move his arm so he can pile drive the ground. Now we'll do the same to Frenzy, like so, very easy. Arms up to the sides. Then you want to, the little peg hole be facing the ground. Just push that over until it locks in. And the reds aren't an exact match either. This is more of a bright red. This is more of a dull, like brick red. So it's close, but it's not exactly the same. It's not that bad, in my opinion, anyway. So that is your Frenzy with his ground pounds. And again, these do move. And of course, support the ground pound blast effect with the peg. And then take your other guns, bring down the black tab from the back. Put this in, and you want to sort of slide it over the black tab there. What's really locking it in is just when you're sliding these over that black tab. So when I slide it over, I like to kind of push them towards each other down here at the base, and that will then lock those in. So that is your accessory kit from SilverBolt3D. I got off of Etsy.com. Like I said, I will leave a link down in the comments below. It's a nice little upgrade kit. It spruces up two boring figures. They just, very dull. They don't have their accessories. Now you have guns that they can wield. Supports blast effects. You have pile drivers that have little pistons and hydraulics. They go up and down. And they also can support a ground pound blast effect. And the ones that have the peg, not the ones with the slots. I mean, you can always put those underneath it. I mean, that will work. They don't have to tab in. But you can put those below it. Now you have a blue one. Knock the gun off. So the guns are just friction held. They're probably the toughest thing to actually keep on the figure. But like I said, if you get them on just right, you can hold them from that for a while until you loosen them up. Now they stand pretty good with these things on too. They are kind of you think it unbalance them a lot. They actually stand pretty well. They're not really falling down. Just if you give them a little nudge though, you might be able to wheel them over. And I want to say thanks for watching this review. Like I said, I will leave a link to these items down in the description below. And thanks for watching. Until the next one. Peace out.